Welcome everyone to the AEW Dynamite review for January 20th, 2021, our first review of the year. This was a mixed bag of an episode. It's been mixed online, how people felt about it. Me, I'm in the middle of the roads. There was some good stuff and there was some, I wouldn't say bad, but there was some stuff that they could have done better, such as the timing of the episode, because some stuff felt rushed. And I know they feel the need to get all that they can in one night because they only have one show, TV show, that is on TV. I'm not counting Dark. Yeah, they got to cram a lot of stuff into this 2 hours, so it's going to be great, hopefully, when they finally get this third hour, this new show. So, hopefully that all improves. We won't see as much feeling of rushness. It was an okay episode, and we kicked it off with Brody Lee Jr.'s -1's birthday celebration match, and it featured the Dark Order versus Chaos Project and TH2. And this match kicked off with a promo from Luther, of all people. And he has some pretty good chops on the mic. Luther, who'd have thought? But in the end, the Dark Order wins via assisted buckshot lariat. In the end, Luther got a face full of cake for insulting Brody Lee Jr. It's nice what AEW is doing for Brody Lee Jr. -1 ever since his dad, Brody Lee, passed a day after Christmas, I believe. Unfortunately, it's been entertaining, and we'll see where all this goes in the future. Also, Hangman Page did not join the Dark Order like the Dark Order would have hoped. Page let him down. John Silver was even on his knees in a proposing sequence, basically proposing to John, would you say yes? And he said no, he can't do it. And he's sorry. And he left with his head down. He grabbed a bottle of Jack out of Stu Grayson's hands and headed to the back. And he went out through the heel tunnel that some people noticed. So we'll see where this goes. But some folks actually think Hangman will eventually join the Dark Order because it gives him something to do. Because right now, without this, what is he gonna do? Page would be kind of directionless. So this would give him some direction, at least till he gets back into that title hunt, that title picture with Omega. So we'll see what happens. In the next segments, Tony Schiavone has Sting come out for an interview in the ring. Sting also brings out Darby Allin. And just as Sting tries to clarify what these two have in store for us, of course, Taz later interrupts on the big screen. And as a result, a street fight is made between the two teams. And it has been made official online. It will happen at Revolution. It's going to be Ricky Starks and Brian Cage versus Sting and Darby Allin. Some folks speculate this would be a cinematic match, so Sting won't have to get as involved physically. And I hope it is a cinematic match. I hope it is, for the simple fact that people will be complaining, whining, if it isn't, because they feel the need to dictate how Sting, what he does with his body. It's none of our concern. These guys are pros. They know what they're doing. And we should trust their knowledge to deliver us some good entertainment. And that's my opinion on that. Next segment, we had the Young Bucks visiting Omega at his home, but he was not there. Don Callis was there instead, and he had words for the Bucks. He had the Bucks go down to the dungeon, or was it, or did he have Alex Marvez go down there? I think it was Marvez. And it was insinuated that towards the end of this segment that the Young Bucks beat up Callis, because later on we would know what is meant by this, because Don Callis was heard screaming just when the segment ended. Next matchup, we had Peter Avalon, Pretty Peter Avalon versus Cody. Many folks were expecting Cody to squash Peter. And I knew that was not going to happen because Peter has been on a roll on Dark with his Pretty Peter pageant provocation thing that he has going. And he's been racking up wins. And of course, tonight was going to stop that win streak because he was not going to beat Cody, but I knew he wasn't going to get squashed. And that's what happened. This match got a bit of time. They got to do their stuff. It even got into a commercial break, which upset some folks. Avalon uses, later on in this match, Jade Cargill makes her presence felt as she hits the entrance ramp. And she just stares down Cody, hands on her hips. That's it. She said nothing. And this allowed Peter Avalon to use Jay's distraction for a low blow. And this actually started the match. So Cody started at a disadvantage. He got beat down, most of it, by Avalon. Eventually, Cody taps out Avalon instead, since Avalon did not want to be hit in the face as he was getting this figure 4 leg lock. And he lost the match. Cody wins, as expected. Next segment, we had FTR and the Jurassic Express confront one another. And Jungle Boy was doing the confronting on the Jurassic Express side. He was not having any of FTR's mess. And a match is made for next week. Jungle Boy versus Dax Harwood of FTR. This should be a show stealer, in my opinion, because these two gel well, these two teams. Next up, we had Jon Moxley in action, and it was against AEW Dark's Nick Comoroto. He got some shine, and he did just fine. Comoroto opened some eyes, but in the end, he taps to Mox's rear naked choke. Following the match, Mox cut a promo, and it was good. He was pretty much addressing everybody. He didn't know what was going on in Impact, didn't know what was going on in AEW, etc. But all this is going to do is just provide him with more limbs to break, more necks to snap, etc. Mox continues to be intense, even without the title. And he's still going after Omega. There will be a rematch at some point, probably at Revolution. Next matchup, we had the Hardy Party, Matt Hardy and Private Party versus Top Flight and Matt Sydal. This was a decent match as well. Hardy Party wins, and they turn heel as a result. They finally succumbed to Matt Hardy's tactics. They used the steel chair on Darius Martin of the Top Flight. Mark Quinn followed it up with a shooting star press, a nice looking shooting star press for the 3 count. And I like this because this gives Private Party an edge that they did not have previously. And this is needed because you also have Top Flight there now, and they kind of have a similar style, somewhat. And to differentiate the two, why not turn Private Party heel? Let's see what they do. And they should do fine under Matt Hardy's tutelage. Also, Matt Hardy and Private Party made an appearance on Impact this past Tuesday, furthering the story with those two teams over there. They challenged James Storm and Chris Sabin to a match, and they won that match. And as a result, they became the #1 contenders for Impact's World Tag Team Championships that are held by the Good Brothers. So this should be interesting. And that match will take place at Impact's No Surrender pay-per-view. It happens in February. I think it happens in February. So that should be a decent watch. Next match, we had women's action. Layla Hirsch versus Penelope Ford. This match was made as a result of Nyla Rose not being able to make it. So Penelope took her spot. This is probably a better match for her because I have a feeling that Layla Hirsch would have been served up to Rose. She probably wouldn't have got any offense in. And we probably got a better match as a result. And I enjoyed it. Layla showed her technical ability and some nice suplex action. Penelope Ford did fine as well. She didn't screw the match up or anything. And all is well in that category. Good stuff. I enjoy me some Layla Hirsch. And it's nice to know that I have a feeling that she is a part of the roster, but it has not been made public. For some reason, there's a bunch of talent that isn't on the official roster, but I know they have some involvement with AEW long term. Plus, they don't just give anyone entrance theme changes, new music. So Layla Hirsch got new music, and the Red Velvet got new music. Kylan King got new music. They're all signed. They gotta be. They're just not on the official roster for some reason. I don't know why. It's a secret why they're not on there, but whatever. Penelope Ford wins via nefarious means with the help of her boyfriend Kip Sabian on the outside. Post-match, Miro forces Charles Taylor to say that he's his new best friend. Eventually, Taylor says it, and Orange Cassidy walks off sad. He was sitting in the audience the whole time. And Orange Cassidy's going to have to go it alone for a bit, at least till the wedding, because Charles Taylor will not be a butler after the wedding. It's just till the wedding occurs. I thought it was pretty funny, this part. Then we hit our main event, the Inner Circle Turmoil. Everyone tagging. We had Sammy Hagar, Jericho and MJF, and Santana and Ortiz going at each other. And in the end, MJF wins it for his side with a roll up to Sammy Guevara via the tights. They were running low on time, so I had a feeling this finish was improvised. There you have it. We faded to black while JR was mid-sentence. That doesn't happen too often. So obviously they ran out of time. Could have done better. But overall, the episode felt rushed in parts. There was some good stuff. There was some iffy stuff. But it was still an entertaining episode. And hopefully the episodes leading up to Beach Break and Revolution, they should get better. Even better. So don't let this sway your opinion on AEW. They know what they're doing. Every now and then you're going to have a clunker of an episode. You can't just have banger after banger after banger every week. And then you blow through all your good matches. But there you have it. I will catch you guys next time for more AEW reviews. Feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more. And we do this almost weekly. So be sure to hit that like button once again and subscribe if you want to hear some more. And I will catch you guys next time with some more Elite Speak. Adios.